brother can't wait to get on, flow right with the beat. And he write his own songs, and my older brother D, 2 years away from me. Divine held me down growing up in NYC. Failing in school, pops took me OT. PG, young queens waiting for young P. Always had fun just chilling with VIC. Victorious Jihad, know it's history. GAT about...
Peace, and welcome to another edition of Wings World, special edition of Up and Up TV. I'm your host, Truth Hall, here with the Peaceaholic brothers. Peaceaholics Jihad. Did I say that right, bro? Yes. Jihad and my man Peaceaholics Mo, and of course Dayo, the great listen band. We just gonna talk with them. Let me first say I'm honored to be doing this interview. Been trying to catch up with you brothers for a long time. It's a great deal what you guys are doing in the community, especially in this community in particular. Let's kind of get right into it. Everybody talks about the youth, you know what I'm saying? The youth doing that, the youth terrible, the youth changing, they killing out here, they thugging, they doing that. And nobody really does nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did something. Y'all made the Peaceaholics and they stand for something. Let's figure out why, and let's talk about the initial conversation or the initial meeting that started the Peaceaholics.
Well, initially, most people don't know that me and this brother was beefing. We didn't get along. And still don't get along. But it was an old timer that had observed both of us and called for a meeting one Saturday morning and brought us together. After, years, like we came up with, Mo came up with the name Peaceaholics back like in 97, but the timing wasn't right. And we were still working with another organization. We came together just before the Million Man March. But then me and him was working at such a high rate, at high speed, with all the other brothers that was around us, we almost became competitive. And like everything we was doing, we found ourselves competing. And other people side with me or side with him, and everything just became a competition. And because we knew a lot of people, we've been in the street all our life. We started a promotion company together, Red Door Entertainment, and 97, 98, 99, 2000. We had some of the hottest parties in the city. But our work that really called us together in the first place was more about helping our people. And anytime we got off into bullshit, we found ourselves beefing with each other. But as we got older and the old time brought us back together, we realized that the work in terms of helping our people was much more important than the petty little differences that me and him had. And nobody know more than me and him. When you fighting somebody that you consider a competitor, how you can keep each other neutral, each other from making money. We was in each other's way, and when we decided to start working together, then instead of competing to try to destroy and shut down, but just respect the differences, because he was successful, I was successful. We didn't need each other, but together we showing that we were much greater than we were separate. And so we don't agree now, we don't get along now, but we know that the suffering of our people is much greater than any of the little differences that we had. Today he dressed decent. Most days he bright, Bama. I question his roots, whether he really from DC or not. But he different. That's his style. And he dressed like me today. Basic, two-color, two-step, two-color.
Blinking also.
Yeah. And so he would say I'm wearing a hat because I got that from him. and then he wearing jewelry. I don't know where he got that from. So I don't know. So we just kind of make fun of our differences now instead of beefing with each other. And a lot of times when we get around youngins who've been trying to kill each other and do all kind of things to each other, one of the things that, even though we never shot at each other and did all that, but when you defame another man's character, you kill him. When you talk down on a man unjustly, you kill him. You commit murder. And so when you're able to explain and work through and process young people, man, really, I think the biggest deal with me and Mo is that we never forgot who we was when we was 15 and 16. And most older people, because we cowards and we just happy to be living, we wouldn't risk our life for nothing. when we look at the youngins, because they got so much heart, they just don't have no guidance. And so because we was there, when they had the shooting at balloon, they like, nobody can get the school under control. The school is out of control. When we went in there, it was nothing. Call all the boys to the gym. Let's have a men's meet. Close the door.
Thank you.
You could hear a needle drop in the joint. And then the dudes start stepping forward talking about their mother being on drugs and they got to go out and do whatever to keep their mother from tricking. So we know that pain. You know what I'm saying? So then how do you get from there? How do you get from there to the next step, next stage? How do you get out of that? How do you transfer out of that? Well, we live that. So we know how to do that. And so when they come up to us saying, well, where y'all get trained at? Who taught y'all? What school did y'all go to? It's like a thief in the night. We did that coming up through the hood. I mean, experiencing it, living it. So when you go through something, naturally, you're able to come up with answers or solutions to things that people who don't know what they're looking at, they perceive them to be problems.
Let me ask you this. It's a lot of issues going on in the streets right now as far as our community, you know what I'm saying? Would you outline a few goals that you guys want to attack? We got the education, of course we got the violence, we just got a bunch of things, the poverty. So what's some things that you're going to attack as Peaceaholics? What are some of your main goals and how are you going to attack?
One of the issues we on is we can't just keep on pointing the finger at the white man. We got to go and deal with our issues ourselves. I'm tired of Negroes keep on talking about slavery and this and that. When we got our own children out here killing each other, a lot of times they run back to our houses with the guns and the drugs and everything else. We take the drug money, we let them hide the guns, and then when one of them did, we want to act like we don't know why they did. So my thing is, we got to change our ways and atone for what we done wrong, and then God will give us the power to change anything that we need to change. And then we dealing with this issue of, about snitching. What's snitching and what's not. We trying to teach brothers to be citizens. You know what I'm saying? So they can be treated like human beings. We have our communities that are like little Iraqs, baby Iraqs, where people can't come outside, children can't come outside and play. And even back in the day when you had drug dealers, they made sure the youngers could do whatever they wanted to do. And if somebody brought a lot of chaos to the community, they called them high and ran them out of the hood. But right now, we got a bunch of cowards running around with guns, shooting people. Somebody see a crime out their window, we call them a snitch. A snitch is somebody who you commit a crime with. It's a code on the street for thieves or whatever. Somebody you commit a crime with, you live in a crack house, you selling crack out of it, you don't go telling the dude that's selling drugs out of his crack house. But if you ain't selling crack, then when you see somebody selling drugs, you're supposed to run them out your community. But if you doing that and you telling somebody, then you a snitch. So we got to teach people how to be citizens. Because once you learn how to be a citizen, you understand that you're entitled to things. You know what you run the government. The government don't run you. The government works for you. When you know you're a citizen. Up Georgetown, they know that. That's why they got a library right back after it got burned down. The people at the farmers market know that. That's why they got the market back up as soon as it got burnt down. But in our communities, when something get burnt down, it sits there because we don't know as citizens that that's our money and we can demand what we need. But we sit around like a bunch of cowards, try to kill each other, take each other down, and don't want to fight for nothing, and want to point the finger at everybody else instead of being real men and women and standing up for justice for our people. So that's what we about.
What you and I need to do is learn to forget our differences. When we come together, we don't come together as Baptists or Methodists. You don't catch hell because you're a Baptist, and you don't catch hell because you're a Methodist. You don't catch hell because you're a Democrat or a Republican. You don't catch hell because you're a Mason or an Elk. And you sure don't catch hell because you're an American. Because if you were an American, you wouldn't catch no hell. You catch hell because you're a black man. You catch hell, all of us catch hell for the same thing.
Pushing right through the headlight, cut my hand, helping my man. What part of family don't you understand? In another sedan roll by, like a message from a sparrow, removed his up for a pebble.